volunteer parking will be located in the Mission Church of the Nazarene parking lot. Please walk up the sidewalk along the driveway that leads to the JA facility. When it is time to begin the volunteer training, you will be escorted through BizTown and upstairs to the training room, where JA BizTown staff will provide you with instructions for the day. The McGrath Family JA BizTown has 21 shops that include local San Diego businesses tied to the community. As volunteers, you will be assigned to one of the 21 JA BizTown businesses. You will assist the 3 to 8 students, aka BizTown citizens, in completing their job tasks and keeping track of their personal finances, as well as mentor them on what being a working professional is like and how to make wise business decisions. Students in your business will have 2 scheduled break times throughout their workday. Start off by matching students with their job title and break color, red, yellow, or green, on the break schedule, which is posted in the shop. Once the students have their break assignments, they will wear a lanyard corresponding with the break colors, red, yellow, or green. Throughout the day, JA staff will be making announcements about break times, but the traffic light at Jack in the Box will also reflect the current break color. When volunteers arrive to assigned businesses, they will need to locate the volunteer binder. This checklist will be an extremely useful tool throughout the day, as it illustrates step-by-step shop-specific instructions for the volunteer. The CFO will be responsible for paying the bills, payroll, and making business deposits. The computer work for the CFO starts right away as they input the business loan amount, pay for supplies, and input employees for payroll. The CFO will have a checklist that will be located at the CFO desk. When checks for payroll and bills are printed and signed by the CEO, they will be placed into the appropriate folders until they are collected. Each folder is labeled with either Paid Bills, Payroll 1, or Payroll 2. For a business that receives checks, there will also be a folder labeled To Be Deposited. Each student employee will have their own job booklet. Students will refer to this all day long to keep on track and to ensure all their work is completed. Each student will have a checkbook and a debit card to make purchases and payroll deposits throughout the day. The students will need to take these with them on their breaks to track all deposits and expenditures. The work that the students completed at school is called the BizPrep Workbook. This includes the list of business costs, business loan information, and the radio, newspaper, and TV advertisements. When the school arrives at BizTown, each business will have an envelope containing the workbook and checkbooks for the students. Outside of every retail shop is a Payments Accepted sign. For retail shops, all debit card and check sales must be entered into this computer on the POS screen. The payment log will also be used to record all payment transactions for the day. Instructions on these payment procedures will be found next to the computer. Once a business has received 8 transactions, the CFO will need to make a business deposit. Most business deposits need to be made by the end of the last yellow break. The first bill that each business will pay will be for supplies. Once the CFO has printed the check and the CEO has signed it, one of the employees will need to take that check to pick up the supplies. The supplies will be in a yellow basket, distributed from the storage room. Inside each basket will be uniforms, retail items, documents, and speeches. A staff member will meet the bus at the drop-off location near the parking lot. At this time, they will escort the students to the lobby and also hand out orange wristbands to those students who cannot be photographed. Students will take a seat in the lobby facing the closed entrance to BizTown. The staff will then begin the orientation speech with the students. When the lobby orientation is completed, the students will yell as loud as possible to let volunteers and other JA BizTown staff know that the students are ready to enter BizTown. As citizens arrive in JA BizTown, there will be a lot of excitement as they have their first look at the businesses in town. JA staff will direct students on where to sit and will deliver a morning welcome orientation. You will be stationed around the students at this time. Listening to the welcome meeting will provide helpful reminders, so you'll want to listen closely as well. After the orientation, volunteers and citizens will be released to their shops. During business startup, there will be a list of tasks to be completed by volunteers and citizens before BizTown is open for business. Start off by introducing yourself and assigning break lanyards. After, have the students begin reading their job booklets to have a better understanding of their tasks for the day. Students who have speeches for the opening town hall meeting will be called by our JA BizTown staff to report to Town Square. Opening speeches will be on a yellow sheet of paper located in the yellow supply basket. During the opening town hall meeting, the mayor, judge, and select CEOs and specialists will give speeches. Once opening town hall meeting is complete and the JA BizTown staff has released volunteers and citizens to report back to their businesses, BizTown will officially be open for business. The first set of breaks will be about 15 to 20 minutes, starting with red break. Students will deposit a paycheck, open a bank account, and partake in the BizTown economy. After the first set of breaks, all citizens will need to report to their shops for a midday business meeting, which will be led by the CEO. The topics for the business meeting will be found in the citizens' job booklets. Volunteers will help the CEO during this time to facilitate the discussions. The second set of breaks will be longer than the first and are usually 20 to 25 minutes. During these breaks, volunteers and citizens will have the opportunity to eat lunch. Citizens will continue participating in the BizTown economy by spending money and visiting shops. During the second set of breaks, it is important that all business deposits be taken to the CEO of the bank. Many businesses will be making deposits during these breaks, so it is important to stay organized and focused during this time. At the completion of the second break, BizTown will officially be closed for the day. In the volunteer binder and job booklets, there will be a checklist for cleanup and a script for the final business meeting. At this time, students who have speeches for the closing town hall meeting will be called by a JA BizTown staff to report to Town Square. Closing speeches will be on a green sheet of paper located in the yellow supply basket. During the closing town hall meeting, the mayor, and select CEOs and specialists will give speeches. Students may also receive recognitions and awards at this time. Once closing town hall meeting is completed and the JA staff has handed over instruction to the teachers, the school will leave BizTown and return to the bus drop-off area to be taken back to school.